Hello friends, welcome back to Crazy Learners. Today in our Cisco series, I'll be covering OSI model. What does OSI stand for? OSI stands for Open System Interconnection. It is developed by ISO. It's a reference model and it describes how information is transferred and transformed from one machine to another when communication takes place, how data is transferred from one machine to another. OSI made 7 layers in this reference model so that it makes to make it easy for network admin and system admin to understand how data is actually transported between networking devices. These 7 layers have their different protocols working on them, and each protocol is responsible for different work. We'll be covering each layer in detail and all protocols working on them. There are some non-profit making organizations which define network model. These are ISO, IEEE, ITU. Now let's go to layers. We have 7 layers in OSI reference model. From down to up, these are physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. These layers are responsible for different functions. The upper three layers are application, presentation, session. These interact with the user. Application layer provide application interface for user on which user work. Physical and data link layer are responsible for physical transmission of data. Actually, physical layer is basically on responsible for physical transmissions of data. In physical layer, data is in form of bits, and on data link layer, it is in form of frames, and in form of packet, it's on network layer, right? So if you want to cram order of these layers, these are two tricks to cram. All people seems to need data processing from up to down, and this one is from down to up. And back in 1984, these layers were defined. Upper layers are, as I said, are for virtual communication. Lower layers are for physical communication. Say if when two machines communicate with each other, they need some protocol. What are protocols? Protocols are certain set of rules which define how communication is to be made between two machines. So network communication is only possible if machines are speaking same languages, similar in the way uh, for humans, right? So if we have similar protocols, then only network communication is possible. We'll be starting with layers now, which is our main focus. Application layer. Application layer is the seventh layer, that's the topmost layer as we have seen in the diagram. It is responsible for providing interface to user interact with machine through this layer, right? uh, Interface can be command line or can be graphic based. In command line we have like command prompt, we have terminals in Unix and Linux. And graphic based we have Windows, we have servers. Even in servers we have command based. So different protocols working on application layers are FTP, Telnet, HTTP. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. Telnet is for Remote Desktop. HTTP is Hypertext Transfer Protocols. Entry point of application to access network is this layer, and it helps in network access, flow control of this network, and error recovery. Next, all layers I'll be covering in. Okay, leave. I'll be covering all these layers in next videos.